Man, if there was ever a sound that I just couldn't get enough of as a kid, I still can't even get enough of it as an adult. It'd be this one. Oh, whoa. That's the first part. It's the second part that's really good. Oh, you have no idea what it was like to grow up and this only being possible in the movies itself, man. Ghostbusters was a huge part of my life. Hold on. I'll let you guys hear it. Oh, and the vibrations and everything. This thing is so freaking cool. Love it. Absolutely. Oh, that shutdown sound, right? Love Ghostbusters. Huge part of my life. As a matter of fact, let's start the show and let me put this away. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another daily cup of genre here on the Genreverse YouTube channel, Genreverse Podcast Network, available on all your favorite podcast apps such as Google, Spotify. Here it is. Whoops, that's the trailer we're going to be watching. Google, Spotify, Apple, and more. So give us a follow there if you're listening, or if you plan to listen. Give us a follow, leave a review, thumbs up, down, stars, whatever you can do. And of course, hey, we've got the Genreverse YouTube channel. If you haven't checked that out, in addition to all the videos, all the podcasts, you also get anime reactions, trailer reactions, such as this one. But I will be talking Ghostbusters and stuff. So this is going up in audio format as well. Live streams as well. I do some live stream gaming. Been doing Final Fantasy VII Remake and prep for Rebirth. I've already played through it before. Once on normal, once on hard. I haven't finished hard yet, though. I'm on the last marathon battle that you got to do after you walk through that portal. But anyways, what else do you want to check out? Merch. We have merch. Link in the description box for the merch down below. And lrmonline.com every day for all written needs, opinions, celebrity interviews, and more. I'm Kyle, and I'm a Ghostbusters fan. Straight up, check out. Well, here, I like to show it off. Ghostbusters tattoo. Mr. Stay Puft poking out from behind. That was my tattoo artist's idea. I had the base design of this, a really awful drawing. Maybe I'll put that drawing in here if I remember. My artist took it, did amazing things, wanted to throw in Mr. Stay Puft. I was like, absolutely. Let your artists run with it, man. Don't go in and just be like, no, it will be this and only this, man. They are the artists. Let them work. Or what do you say? Let them cook. Also check out my shelf. Huge Ghostbusters fan. I was disappointed in Afterlife, though. It was kind of Ghostbusters in name only to me. It lacked, the team element. It lacked the comedy of the originals, and I'm not saying of especially the original. And I'm not saying that you needed oral sex ghost jokes like you had in the original, but you needed more than a kid telling dad jokes. Ghostbusters was at its core a kind of blue collar comedy with a fantastical element, and I feel like Afterlife missed that completely. Like I said, missed the team element, was solely focused on nostalgia for sounds and sight. Break their own canon, in-universe physics. And this is something I complained about in my review before we get to this trailer reaction. They break, in the originals, you see the Ghostbusters are able to wrangle the ghosts with their bodies. They capture, Slimer, bring him over to the trap them. The Scolari brothers in 2, they wrangle them with the streams and pull them over with body weight. They're pulling these big burly ghosts over and trap them. And yet Muncher drags a car, and Phoebe can hold on to it, even though it can drag the car. They couldn't just hit the brake and hold it in place and trap it. I had issues. I feel like it really is just Stranger Things with actual ghost hunting technology. But I actually kind of have hopes for Frozen Empire. Slight hopes. Hopefully I didn't lose too many of the audience wanting to check this out. But it looks more like a episode of the real Ghostbusters, which is something that I really did enjoy. And you're back in New York. You have the opportunity to really focus on a team element, although they're making it more like a family element, which I don't know. I don't know that I would ever consider the Ghostbusters to be a fan. They are, but not the way that we're getting a family here, right? It's more like a family of brothers working together that sometimes quarrel and whatnot, more than it is a family with parental figures and children figures and whatnot. But I'm open-minded. It's coming out, unless, you know, the trailer just absolutely is like, oh, this is a stinker. I'm gonna go see this in theaters, and I hope I like it better than Afterlife. I really, really do. Let's do this.
We're gonna need all the help we can get.
Let's get to work.
Tall, dark, and horny at 12 o'clock.
Why do they gotta show something from the trailer before the trailer?
I've been waiting 40 years for this.
They called themselves Ghostbusters. According to these hacks, they saved the world. No eyewitnesses.
Heck.
And who is found to carry the torch? Descendants of Egon Spengler. You have a miner hanging out the side of a moving vehicle.
And again,
firing a laser gun indiscriminately.
Has a proton pack.
It's completely safe.
I wouldn't say completely safe.
again with the whole car should be able to stop ghosts thing.
The Ghostbusters are finished.
Right. Well, overruled.
Sustained.
Thank you.
You the weird guy who buys strange old things?
Correct on both counts.
Buddy, you just hit the jackpot.
What is it?
You don't solve puzzles? Have you never seen Hellraiser?
The parables tell of an unimaginable evil commanding an army of ghosts.
Is he like plugging into the ghost matrix?
By fear itself.
Like, literally scared to death?
I dig the design. I'll say this, I read one of the filmmakers mention that they got to be inspired by the real Ghostbusters, and J. Michael Straczynski, a famous comic book and television writer, he had created many of those, and he made a kind of a spicy tweet or post, on X, formerly known as Twitter, about how, you know, they could have found the guy that, you know, created a lot of those, worked on those, and how he was having trouble remembering his name. It was funny. It was definitely like, you know, one of those tweets, but it was funny.
Might be looking at a second ice age.
We're gonna need all the help we can get.
Let's get to work.
Can I be of any help?
Melnitz in uniform. Yes.
They're going back after the librarian. That's nostalgia moment again. And this completely kills the idea that the video game happened, because, well, if you've played the video game, you'll know what happens with the ghost librarian. Ghostbusters, the video game from 2009, and the HD remaster. Absolutely, check those out. Phenomenal.
If there's something weird, who are people gonna call?
Ghostbusters, what do you want?
We're the Ghostbusters. Can I tell you something else? What? Buster makes me feel good. Makes me feel good.
It's funny because the song exists in their universes as well. They're taking a lot of cues from even the video game here.
What's up? Tall, dark, and horny at 12 o'clock.
That looked like from the video game. That looks like it's from the video game. You fight something just like that in the video game. they really are taking a lot of stuff from real Ghostbusters and the video game here. How do I feel about that? Oh my god. Like I said, it looks like it could be better. My only issue, and you guys heard me sigh a couple of times, is those nostalgia moments. The Ghostbusters, what do you want? Because we already did that. We've already reestablished, and sure, we didn't see Janine and get the song and all of that, but we already did that part. So I'm really hoping that this is more than just a, hey, do you remember what we forgot to remind you of last time. There's, like I said, there's a team element. It's more of a family, but it doesn't mean that it won't be good. There are a lot of ghosts and things that remind me of the cartoon, the real Ghostbusters. There is stuff that looks straight ripped from the video game, from going back to the library. This fish ghost right here, there's one that you fight, I think it is in the library, I think there's two of them, or the museum. I can't remember which one it is. It doesn't have as long of a body. I don't think it's meant to be like a fish creature. This looks like it might be inspired by fish creature. But again, it's very similar. And there is a stasis beam, a freeze beam, if you will, in the video game as well. I want to watch it one more time, so hopefully you guys have stuck with me, and let's see what I think one more time.
We're gonna need all the help we can get.
Let's get to work.
It's all dark and horny at 12 o'clock.
And there's some more of the Ghostbusters humor. Like I said, it didn't have to be that. We had the sex joke in Afterlife. That's not, when people are like, oh, the humor's wrong. It's just not. It's not dad jokes. You know what I'm saying? The humor, it's got a flair, it's got a tone, it's got a style, and that style was not dad jokes.
Called themselves Ghostbusters. According to these hacks, they saved the world. No eyewitnesses.
And it still looks like they're ignoring Ghostbusters too.
Descendants
I know there's
of Egon
little
Spengler.
bits and pieces in
You
the
have a miner hanging out the side
Afterlife
of a
that
moving vehicle.
reference
Firing
sort
a
of,
laser
but
gun
not.
indiscriminately.
Has a proton pack. It's completely safe.
I wouldn't say completely safe.
The Ghostbusters.
I mean, besides the giant marshmallow man, there was the Statue of Liberty walking down the street, right? Like,
are finished.
Right. Well, overruled.
Sustained.
Thank you.
You the weird guy who buys strange old things?
Correct on both counts.
Buddy, you just hit the jackpot.
What is it?
Better question is, what's inside of it?
don't open puzzles. Don't solve old puzzles, people. It's just going to lead to curses and bad stuff.
Commanding an army of ghosts. With the power to kill by fear itself.
Like, literally scared to death?
We might be looking at a second ice age.
We're gonna need all the help we can get.
Let's get to work.
Can I be of any help? Melnitz in uniform. Yes.
Seems to be a little less hammy this time.
If there's something strange,
I don't need the mini puffs. I really don't.
who are people gonna call?
Ghostbusters, what do you want?
Love that sound.
The Ghostbusters. Can I tell you something else? What? Buster makes me feel good. It makes me feel good.
It's funny. I hope it's good. I really do. I think there's a lot of potential here.
Dark and horny at 12 o'clock.
There's potential here, and that's something I didn't really feel from additional trailers. I still can't stand that. That still makes me angry. You just hit the brakes. Just hold the ghost in place with the frickin' brake. Besides that, and the whole, constantly using the remember this moments. Besides that, I think there's a lot of potential there. So yeah, huge Ghostbuster fan. I'm sure I lost a bunch of people with my thoughts on Afterlife. People don't generally like to hear people don't agree with their thoughts, but that's okay. I know lots of people liked it. Joseph Jammer Medina, former editor-in-chief of LRMonline.com, former co-host of Breaking Geek Radio, which you can find old episodes of that here on the Genreverse still, calls it the best Ghostbusters movie because it's not a Ghostbusters movie, and I absolutely hate him for it. So I get it. People hate me for not liking that. I'm being funny, guys. I hate Jammer for many other reasons before that one even comes up. So he'd already maxed out on hate. Jammer's a great guy, really, really is. Yeah, I guess we could do just a quick box office numbers just to round out the episode. Let me know what you guys thought about the trailer down below. What you think about Afterlife. Are you more excited about this one than you were the other one? And check out my other trailer reaction to the first teaser trailer from Ghostbusters. Frozen Empire. Can we agree it's not the greatest name in the world? It really isn't. Anyways, I don't like numerical ones either. The weekend box office was crap. 60 million and change. Actually, it's already been revised down to 59 million. When I clicked on here this morning before recording, it was like 60 and just a few. But the numbers usually become more solidified by Wednesday. Monday mornings are always estimates. So The Beekeeper, going from number 2 back up to number 1. Last week's number 1, Mean Girls, which is a musical remake or take on the famous early 2000s, mid 2000s movie. I don't know, Lindsay Lohan and Rachel McAdams and some others. It wasn't one of the high school, like one of the people playing the high schooler like 30 in the movie that happens in. Anyways, Wonka still hanging in there. I mean, my God, almost $200 million. It's still sitting in number 3. It came out back in December, guys. It came out before Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, which is sitting really down there, going from number 6 to number 9, sitting at 118 million domestically. That's rough, man. That's rough. Godzilla -1 rounding out the top 10. There was a bunch of other ones in there. New film Fighter, not The Fighter, just Fighter, smack dab in the middle. It is a sad state for the box office, and like I said, I really do feel for theaters who, it's not their fault. There's not a lot to go see. This year is going to be hard. This year is going to be really rough. I can take off my headphones now. This year's going to be really hard, simply because there's not a lot of movies coming out. We've looked at that schedule and whatnot on previous episodes. Go check those out. So I worry for them, and then I worry for consumers because they're going to have to raise prices, and in order to get you to be willing to pay that price, they're going to have to pretty much make everything in theaters to be like a premium experience, you know? And that can price out a lot of people of enjoying the theatrical environment. Yeah, I didn't like it on that side. Enjoying the theatrical environment. And that will be a sad, very sad day. Because not just big moments like, say, Avengers Endgame, will we lose those because it won't be as big of a room because, again, cost, premium experiences, you know, the reclining seats, the seats that are like beds and stuff like that all take up more space, less people. Even more intimate theater experiences like Signs. And when the young girl is like, you know, there's a monster outside my window, can I have a glass of water? And they go and they're talking about the mom being gone. And then Mel Gibson sees the freaking creature out on the roof through the window, and you see it, but you don't realize you saw it until he freaks out about it. And then you're like, oh my God. And then when the creature comes from behind the bushes in that videotape, like even those experiences in theaters are, man, they matter. They count. I want others to experience stuff like that. So if you can, and if there's something you want to see, consider seeing it in a theater. Yeah, that's it. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire hitting March 22nd. I'm sure we'll see it. Lucas is a fan of Ghostbusters. I think he liked Afterlife a little bit more than me. He said his favorite part was when the originals showed up, so they're going to be in this one, it looks like, a bit more. And I didn't even need, all of them to be the focus. Like, if you'd had one or two of them to be mentors and you'd brought in some like college-aged kids, young adults, like, I think that would have been the better choice. But whatever, we got what we got. You guys can get more of my awful opinions, I'm sure some are thinking, on the Genreverse YouTube channel. I did a 5,000 subs thank you video. It's fully edited from an anime. No anime sounds are left in it. I had to replace everything, voices, sound effects, music. It was a lot of fun, a lot of challenge, and I enjoyed it. So check that out. And thank you if you're one of our subscribers. Podcasts available on all your favorite podcast apps. The merch link for that in the description box below. LRM Online for all entertainment news, needs, opinions, podcasts, celebrity interviews, and more. I've been Kyle, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.